Great morning. Well, great after. But it's almost afternoon, ain't it? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Great afternoon. Let me get started here. Find my thing over here real fast. I know y'all don't like when I do. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do this right here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Here I go. There you go. All right. All right, y'all. Look at here. I'm be quick and to the point. I want to talk real quick. I know a lot of people out and about in the community today, so I'm gonna lead this up here like I always do, and I want to talk about something. Listen, as I'm getting closer to full time campaigning, because right now we focus on local elections and all that kind of stuff. But as I'm getting closer, I'm looking at a lot of data, a lot of information, and I come to a conclusion that we need we need to register to vote. All right, right now, at least register to vote. I've been sitting back. I've been looking through the data. You can go to the board of elections, and all this stuff about elections is all public information. I did not realize how public this information was. So we can find out who you're targeting, who you're not targeting. For when people register to vote, you can see who they're voting for, what party they belong to. You can't see who people vote for. I take that not that part, but you can see what party people belong to, and who's actively involved in voting and all that kind of stuff. And man, I looked through the list, and I know a lot of people. A lot of people know me, and we ain't registered, y'all. If we're gonna be serious about this thing, we gotta at least go register to vote. All right, and it's not really complicated to do it. It's not really complicated. Most of us know how to do it. We just gotta get up and go do it. You ain't gotta leave your house. You can do it online. Now just go to the Board of Elections website and you can just register. All right, I think we got a bigger issue though. It's a bigger issue in the room. Like they like to say, is the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room when we talk about voting is I think many of us done said that yeah, it don't matter. We don't see any reason for it, or we don't gave up on the whole process, or in some cases we never really been involved in the process, so we don't see no reason to get involved with this far in our life. Well, unfortunately, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it because a lot has changed. So we've came a long way in our societies. All right, it ain't like it ain't as bad as it used to be. It ain't as good as we want to be, but it ain't as bad as it used to be. All right, so look, if you're watching this and share this live, all right? Let me share my stuff here. If you're watching this, share this live, all right? We need to register to vote. I'm not, I need to be clear here, right? I'm not just talking to just everybody. All right, because that ain't. I'm not trying to connect with everybody. I want everybody. That would be great if I could, but I'm a realist. I know I can't connect with everybody. But the ones I'm talking to, right? Those people who don't believe that they matter in the system, that they shouldn't be involved in the system, that they don't care or nothing. But we all become victim of the system. You all being affected by the system some kind of way, but you don't want to get involved in the system. That's you are who I'm talking about. All right, you're who I'm talking about. All right, because we've all said this. All right, I've read several books and stories are written about this here simple concept of the person who makes it out. History is history. We got many stories of great people who've made it out. Made it out of what? The same thing we all got stuck into. We all sit back and say, "Man, I got to get out of here. Man, I just got to get out of here. This is crazy," and we never go anyplace, and we just keep going through life back and forth stuck here. Those a lot of those people. That's what I'm talking to. We ain't doing too much. We're here. We're struggling. We're trying to make ends meet. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that, but we ain't having a lot of luck with it. We got to get involved in this process, and we got to start by registering to vote, and then we figure out who you're gonna vote for after that. And the way you figure out who you're gonna vote for is you got to figure out, okay, who's talking about what's gonna affect you, who understands you, and who's talking in a way that you can understand them. I mean, a lot of people had issues with Donald Trump, and believe me, I do too. But the fact you can't deny, you understood what he was saying. That's what made him so dangerous. You can understand what the hell he's saying. And there's a lot of politicians you listen to, you can't understand what they say. Now, what are you talking about? You just don't even make sense. It's like it's not even talking on your level. So we need to be able to connect and get involved in this process. So I'm telling you, listen, in order for us to do that, we got to be registered to vote. All right, first you got to get registered, and I'm gonna put a whole bunch of links in the comment section, right? Because I'm talking to you people. We're not gonna be on here a long time because I'm not gonna beat you up with this process, right? With this conversation. But I need you to understand, all right, we got to get involved. All right, we got to get involved. Why do you got to get involved? All right, and what do you got to get involved with? First off, you got to get involved with the local elections first. That's really important. When I say local elections, I mean who's got to say what? Who's going to be running your town? All right, who is going to be sitting in the county and they're going to be talking about how much money the sheriff's department should get, how much money the DSS should get, how much money or they should put in the roads, how much money. You need to make sure you're involved in that, because guess what? You contribute to that. That money they're talking about is coming out your pocket too. You may not own a house. You may not own a house, but you pay some taxes and you pay some fines, you pay some fees. All that go to upkeep and maintenance of these communities that you live in the towns and the villages and so forth. So you need to be involved with who it is, because you can believe me, there's a lot of people who make some decisions, and a lot of money is coming out here that can benefit you and the issues that you're having, that you're not really having to say in how you receive it. So you don't really receive it because you're not really at the plate. All right. It's like we have different types of events in our community. It's not like we don't have nothing going on out here. The people who say, well, that's not going on out here, man, you lost your mind. It's all types of stuff going on out here. The problem is the stuff that's going on out here, it don't fit for everybody. And there's different layers of what's happening here. There's those events where there's a lot of money raised, like the county fair in Palmyra. There's a lot of money go to that place right there. In the towns in like in Sodas, they having some events. There's events going on today in Lyons. There's I think they said Pumpkin Palooza is going on. There's a lot of money and a lot of time. A lot of people pass through there. In Sodas, I think they got the Harvest Fest going on, and there's a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of people passing through there in a short period of time. So there's a lot of stuff going on in different places within our community. So to sit back and say there's nothing going on out here, now that's not true. There's stuff happening all over, but it's happening in different levels. The ones that are successful, that's where it has that traditional, conservative, old small town feel to it. Then the ones that are giving, all right, those that people go and they spend money at, those big ones where everybody come at, those are those, like I said, those small town homely ones. They run by counties and towns and LLCs and all that kind of stuff. But then those are the ones that are run by schools and that type of stuff. And those are more the giving type. People go there expecting to get free food, and they expect to get some backpacks and pencils and erasers and little watches and gadgets, and they expect them to have bounce houses for the kids to jump in. And then it's those type of events. And those type of events are geared at more, not as much as providing you with a release, but provide you with a service, letting you know what's out there, what's available, and so forth and so on. And then there's those programs, those events that are geared toward either making you aware of something or making you stop doing something. That means there's ones making you aware of like cancer issues and health issues and so forth and so on. That's what's all in those types of events. And I mean, not just health issues, but there's all types of social issues, and there's events that focus on that. And that's what they geared at. But all those services what we're talking about, they don't really fit a narrative that a lot of people that I'm talking to can identify with and feel like being involved with. So therefore they say there's really nothing to do out here, because they don't identify. But in order for you to be able to identify what's going on, you got to be in the process of making what's happening happen. It's like I laugh about this. My wife, like, we joke about this, but I say I'm not going to really tell her. I'm not going to go in there and try to decorate the kitchen, because if I go in and I try to decorate the kitchen, what my 9 times out of 10, what I'm going to find out is I'm out. It's not my area. I'm out of place, and so I'm not going to be involved in that. And that's been happening in our society for so long. There's a group of people who've been saying for a long time, I got skills, I got talent, I got ability to do stuff. You do hair out your house. You run full businesses, or great businesses. You're pretty successful, and you got nice prices and everything, but you're just doing it out your apartment or out of a room in the house that you rent. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have the ability to have a business someplace successful, but you just don't believe that the people or the society out here or wants you involved on that level. So you don't get involved. Just like I don't get involved in the kitchen because I know my wife don't want me messing around in her kitchen. So we got to change that narrative. And I'm being specific because you are the people who I'm talking about. All right, I'm not talking about the people who are involved right now and who got they way they're all set and what they want to. I'm a diehard Republican. I'm not going to vote none but R. Or I'm a Democrat and I'm not going to vote none but D. Okay, I get you. I'm not, but I'm here for you. But I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the ones who don't think they should register to vote because you've been to jail. Nah, bro, it ain't those times no more. Things has changed. We have progressed way farther than that. People don't want to admit this. And that's why they got these issues. That's why these people are so concerned about what books your kids read in school. They hide them behind some content and some wording that's used in the book. But that's not the issue because they have processes for the types of for screening material, written material. I mean, they do it all the time. If you was to foil the government and say, hey, I want X amount of documents, this document on this and that sent to you. First thing they're gonna say, look here, hold on, we got to review it. All right, then they're gonna review that document, and when they review that document, then they're gonna say, okay, you can get either the whole document or you can get a redacted version of the document. And the redacted version of the document will have the parts that you can't have blacked out. Well, we can resolve this here whole book bullshit that they got going on in schools by just saying, okay, if we agree with the contents of the book, if not the contents of the book, if not the storyline of the book, if that's not the issue, if we're not trying to control a narrative, if we're not trying to say we don't want kids learning about what happened to people in America, if you're not doing that, then you're saying I'm mad because they're reading pornographic material. If that's really the issue, then just block that part out and let the book stay there. But no, we don't want to do that because it's not really about that. It's about controlling the narrative of who does what and controlling what goes on in other people's houses like it's yours. And you use your own children and your own self as a disguise to say, hey, I need to make sure these type things ain't happening because you're not going to do it to the children. Y'all full of shit. That's what I say about that. So I go back, and I digress. I go back on track a little bit. It's those reasons right there why people don't get involved in the system. That's why you're not registering to vote, because you don't think you really matter, because you got so many loud voices out there saying other things, and you've been hearing it for so long. I'm telling you, the time has changed. And now you can sit back and act like our ancestors did, and when slavery ended and all that kind of stuff, or when they said slavery ended, and all those things happened, and be like, well, they ain't gonna let me do nothing. And you can continue that mentality, or you can join me and you can say, listen, time has changed, and you can register to vote. You can register to vote. All right. If you don't think you can vote because you got a felony, I'm gonna put this on. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can do that. I've been adjusting my settings here, y'all. So let's see if I can do this. It said I should be able to. On everything that I posted that you hear in this here on, you should be able to see this in the comments, except for one page. All right, because that's a private page. All right, it should pop up in the thing. It should pop up in the chat and it'll tell you this is if you have a felony, you can vote. All right, and anybody, all right, anybody in government, or like a judge or anybody that works in the system, they tell you that I don't know if you can vote or not. I'm going to tell you what this right here. They lying to you, okay? Here, let me put this in here, because this was a notice that was sent out to the judges and all those people, letting them know that you who have a felony, now that you're not in the system, you have the right to vote. All right, this is a notice that they received. All right, now this right here, I'm gonna put one more here. Then we'll pause on that for a second, and I want to talk to y'all now, because I'm talking to a specific people here now. I'm talking to those of us who think that we can't participate in this process. This one right here is about frequently asked questions. All right, so when you look at this one, it's going to talk about tell you the frequently asked questions. These are what people ask questions about the most. You can learn. You can check this out, man, and get in there. All right, get involved. right? Because it's not a it's not a good scene that we're in right now when we have the opportunity to fix it. We don't fix it. We don't do anything. All right. Now you can register to vote. Just start out by registering to vote. All right. Then figure out later on if you want to get involved. Because I'm telling you, the people who run things and people who get involved who get involved and to make the decisions and all that, they watch. They watch not how you vote, who you vote for, but they watch if you're registered to vote first. And then if they see you registered to vote, then they pay attention to how you're going to vote, how you may not vote, and all that kind of stuff. But you got to start out by being registered to vote. That's the first step. And it's been in New York State. That's why that's why a lot of people are so mad with New York State, because they made it so easy and simple for common folks like us, the where we come from, and the likes, to do this, to be involved in these processes. They've made it too simple, and they're like, no, this is not right. Now you're gonna have people running for you're gonna have people running for stuff who you don't think should run, but guess what? This is all of our stuff. And the days of it being the days of it being when the old good old boys and 3 men in a room type stuff, where we just sat back and everybody just went for stuff, those days are over with. Those days are gone. We moving forward now, y'all. So I need y'all to show them, because we're getting left behind all over the globe, all over the country, all over the state. There's people are moving forward. The small people are getting involved. Little small groups are standing up and saying, this in the far right or the far left, all y'all crazy. And y'all doing us damage. So they are standing up and they're making their voice heard. And they're doing it by first registering to vote, and then they're getting in the process. They're getting involved. They're running for offices. They're doing things. We started out here. Go to hashtag #1. Let me put it in the chat right here. Let me put it right here in the chat. Hold on. Think I'm playing? I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Chat, y'all. Hashtag #1 Wayne County. Just like that. Let's see. Go here. Check that hashtag out. All right. Hashtag #1 Wayne County. We started out doing some things out here. All right. We started out trying to make some noise, make some moves, make some changes, and then something happened, and the few just kind of like fizzed out. I think money got involved someplace, and things got really kind of complicated after that. But however it did, we started making moves, right? And we need to get back on track and start building that momentum back up. Well, we need to start by registering to vote. All right, register. If you got, I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people. I'm talking to the people who's sitting at home right now chilling because you may be a little tired because you didn't get home till late last night because you was, I don't know, maybe you was out having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Your voice matters. You got a job, you pay income tax, you pay taxes, you buy stuff from the store and pay sales tax, and they beef over that sales tax in these communities, in our counties, and so forth. Because those sales tax is supposed to be used for something. You buy lotto, that lotto money goes to something. That's your money that they're talking about. Let's just don't let them fool us into thinking that all that we contribute is taxes. Just contribute to the running of the government is taxes. No, you pay a fine for a speeding ticket. I'm talking to you who have had a DWI and has paid these surcharges and so forth, and got yourself clean and got yourself together. I'm talking to you. All right. I'm talking to you who was strung out one time and got your stuff together, and now you're trying to do the right thing. Well, keep moving forward, my brother. Keep moving forward and register to vote. All right, because we got to make some changes. Now, how do you register to vote? I'm going to give you everything I need today. We get everything you need. All right. I'm going to take this here, and this is the simple and easy way to register to vote. You ain't got to go nowhere. It's so easy right now. Listen, hold on. What's this one? Wait a minute. Hold on. I put the wrong in. I put that in already. Hold on. Let me fix this. Some one man show I'm doing this by myself. All right, hold on. I got you. Right there. All right. This is easy. Easy. What did I do here? Did I do the same thing? Your right to vote. What happened here? Your right to release. Let's see. Right to vote after release. After release. Hold on, man. I copy the same link twice. I gotta put my thing over here. Give me 1 second, man. Let me get this right here. Let me get this for you. I went to the wrong one here and copied it too many times. All right, register to vote. Let's see. County Board requests. Let's see. Online early voting right here. We copy this link. Then I'll put this link over here. I messed up, man. Here you go. This is it right here. Right there. Use that link right here when it pop up in the thing. Take that link, click on that link, and go right from that link right there that just popped up. All right. That takes you right to the online portal, and you can register to vote right there. You ain't got to leave out. You can do it from your phone. You ain't got to go no place. You can just get a roll over. When you get off this right here, finish watching this. When you get off this right here, go and register to vote. And then after that, you figure out what you want to do. You ain't got to, listen, don't let them fool you. You don't even have to join the party. Just register to vote. It'd be good if you did join the party, but if you don't, I just joined one not too long ago. I was just like that for many. I registered to vote long time ago. And I mean, years and years ago, about over 20-some years ago, I registered, and I just joined the party not too long ago. So don't worry about all that part right now. It'd be great if you did, but don't worry about it. But this is what you got to do. You got to register because they need you right now. They need your voice right now. There's a lot of good people that's running for office right now that can use some help. That can use some help from the people who really gonna pay for the government. Because the taxpayers, the people that could listen now, look at. Believe this, believe me on this. The people who who own land and own property. I'm a taxpayer. I own land. I own property. I pay those types of taxes too. I get it. Those of us who pay those taxes, the main thing we try to do is keep those taxes low as possible. And a lot of people, especially in areas like where we live, the best way they say to keep those taxes low is to don't provide services to people that I'm talking to. They want to cut back on all the services that you and I received. Okay? While at the same time increasing fees and penalties that you and I have to pay. You know? You have to look at if you go to jail and you get in trouble, you have to pay a huge surcharge for that ticket. You ain't got no job in jail to pay no surcharge. So where that money coming from? It's coming from your people on the outside that got to take care of you. AKA another group of taxpayers is doing this. So this whole incarceration thing, what people talk about, it's a burden on taxpayers. Man, it's a burden on every damn body. It ain't just a burden on taxpayers. It's a burden on everybody. If you're watching this, share this live, y'all. Share this live. If you're watching, share this. Seriously, so we got to get involved with this process because everybody's acting like we don't have to be involved. Yes, you do, because these things are affecting you. These things they talking about. Oh, we got to do something about the fentanyl, and the heroin, and this and that. Oh, yes, they're absolutely right. But their ideals, or one of their main ideals and ways of getting rid of it and doing something is excluding the why people get involved in drugs and all that kind of stuff. And they're going right to we should treat these type of people while incarcerating these type of people and never addressing the issue that people go to jail and come back all the damn time and they ain't never got no better. So what good is it putting people in jail and putting them out of jail? Because all you're doing is just housing people at a most expensive rate you can possibly house people. It's one of the most expensive housing systems they got out there, because that's all it is a housing system. Because unless you yourself get involved with some people in there and y'all do the work yourself, all that money that's being spent inside their system is really not helping much. Because people come out and go right back, come out and go right back, come out and go right back. So all it is really is a housing system that costs us a lot. We would never pay that much money for a housing system, and that's all we getting out of it, is what we getting out of our prison system. That's crazy. So we got to look at all these things and we got to fix them, but we got to make them work. And the only people that's going to make them work is the people that's actually being affected by them. All right, the people who are trying to control the people who are affected by it, those people, honestly, man, they may be good people, they may be honest people, they may have some stand-up reasons, but honestly, right behind it all, the undertow. You know, when you look out at the water, I'm going sailing a lot, and I'm learning about the water and how that works, all right? And I learned that when you look at the water, on the top of the water, there's one thing that you see. And you can be fooled by that, thinking that everything is good and dandy at those areas. But right underneath that, it's a whole lot of other stuff going on, or right above that, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. But what you see on the surface is all this. That's all it is, just the surface. So when you really sit back and look at what's happening with these problems, the bigger issue is the undertow, what's happening underneath, all right, or what's happening outside the sight above you. We got to get involved with those processes and those that undertow, which is saying things like, you know what, I want to provide services. I want to help people because if I don't help people, they're going to harm us. That's the undertow right there. I'm not doing this here solely because I want to help you. I'm doing this for other reasons. I want to make sure that you don't become a burden or continue to become a burden or add more burden on our society. So I need to give you something to do. Like sometimes, like if you're a child, I gotta listen. I don't want you out just running the streets doing all kind of crazy stuff. So I'm gonna get you. Let's do a little basketball league, and you can't afford to do it, so we'll come up with some money. We'll find a way to do it, and make sure your parents buy you some shoes to do it, and then they'll feel to include the idea that the commercialism of sneakers make it really, really high and expensive for you to put your child in basketball. So now you can't put your child in basketball because you can't buy sneakers. You don't want to run around the basketball court looking like a fool and being picked on by other kids. So your child can't play basketball. All right. So the undertow harms you. So you got to be involved. And the way you get involved is you register to vote. The link is right there. All right. The link is right there. If you don't want to use the link, you don't want to register online, you can go to, in Wayne County, you can go to the Board of Elections on 31 right there behind the jail. In Webster, you can go to the Board of Elections down by the town hall over there. You can, listen, register to vote. Wherever you at, it's easy to register to vote. Then once you get registered, then you can talk about party affiliation and all that kind of stuff. But let's just take it small for a second. Understand the importance. There's so many reasons why you should vote. There's so many reasons why you should vote. But I can't think of many. I can only honestly in my head, because now I understand the importance of all this here, and I've been paying attention to politics for quite a little while now. I can only see two reasons really why you wouldn't vote or you should not vote. And one of them is sad that we got to have that reason. Okay, one of them is sad, and we got to figure out a way to fix that one too. All right, but one reason you shouldn't vote is because you're in jail or prison or something like that, or you've been deemed mentally or physically, not physically but mentally incompetent to know what's going on. So that's unfortunately those you shouldn't vote. No, you should not. And all the other reason, the other reason why you shouldn't vote is because you're dead. You're dead. Well, if a dead person shouldn't vote, you know, I think the vote stops there. You got to have life. All right. So those are the only two reasons I think why you should not vote, or you shouldn't at least be registered to vote, because you know if people say, if I like look at me, I'm running for office, I'm running for assembly in 2024. All right. Now, if I say we're going to change this, I'm going to help do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and then people look at the number of people that's registered to vote in the party and in the who share my belief. If I can't show them that I have those numbers, they look like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. You gonna do what? Cool, I believe you, because they don't see the support. Now, support comes in money donations, which is a huge one. I hope we do. I talked about that last week. I hope we remember and we making our donation, which I have been seeing. And thank y'all who've been donating, because it's been great. Thank you so much. You can donate as little as $5 and as much as $250, or you can go over if you want to, but $250 is good, or $5 is good, anywhere in between. All right, but you do that. You do it that way, and you also show support by making sure you're registered to be involved in the process. Don't, please. And I'm gonna end with this, y'all. I'm gonna end with this. Please do me a solid. Don't see me in the community and out and about and all that kind of stuff. Say, man, good job, man. I'll back you up, man. You're doing great for us. You're doing great, and I'm with you, man. And make me feel good about what I'm doing, right? It really does make me feel good about what I'm doing. And then I look at the list, and you ain't even registered to vote. And you ain't even registered to vote. Register to vote, man. If you appreciate what I'm doing and you like what I'm doing, and you support what I'm doing, All right, well, then support by just give me a little time and register to vote, and then when it's time to vote, use the vote. All right. I hope you vote for your local people right now that's running. There's a lot of good local people that's running. All right, get on the Democrat or whatever party you believe you want to support. I'm promoting that right now we get behind the unity and coming together, and get away from the divisiveness that we've been dealing with. And if you want to vote Republican because you believe in what the Republican candidate stands for. If you don't want to, then vote for the other guy, but don't vote for a person because they're what your father was or your mother was or what your family been doing. Nah, vote from here. Vote from in here. Not just here and not just here, but a little bit of both. All right, and listen to what people saying and see who can do what. All right, and there's a lot of good people like in Sodas. There's Ellen. Ellen's doing a great job. Gonna be great for y'all over there. Y'all got some great stuff going on in Sodas, and Lions over there. Well, you need, man, get it right over there. Get it right. Arcadia. We come to Palmyra. Come on, Palmyra. We had a new supervisor coming to Palmyra. I'm here, so hopefully things gonna be good there, and we're gonna see some growth there, and so forth and so on. All right, but listen, register. I gave you the link. All right, I'm about to bounce. Hold on. I ain't show you my thing, did I? Hold on. I gotta show you my thing. I always show you my thing before I go. All right, I'm about to bounce though. All right, see it? Y'all see it? I'm gonna show it to you again. I'm gonna stop. Hold on. I'm sure. Then I'm bouncing. But listen, register to vote first. I've got the links. Share this live with anybody who sees it. Share this live and register to vote, y'all. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all next week or maybe during the week.